Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see the water quality parameters. If you are using the water for irrigation, domestic or industrial usage, before going for the actual usage, you have to understand the characteristics of water you are using. So what are the impurities or parameters present in the water? We can classify it into physical, chemical, and biological impurities. So the physical impurities are nothing but the parameters which you can feel by touching or which you can see by naked eye are called as physical impurities. And all the chemicals present in the water are comes under the chemical impurities, and the microorganisms present in the water or wastewater are called as biological impurities. We will see one by one in the upcoming slides. These are all the physical parameters. You can see the suspended solids. The solids which are in suspension are called as suspended solids. And turbidity, we can see the turbidness of murkiness of water, that is called the turbidity. And next, color, taste and odor, and the temperature. These are all the physical parameters of any water or wastewater. Here you can see the different parameters and their description or source of the parameters in water and how we can measure the parameter. First, the suspended solids. Suspended solids are caused by inorganics and organics. Some inorganics are nothing but silts, clay, etc. And plant fiber, algae. These are all the organics contribute to the suspended solids in water. And we can filter the water, and we can heat the residue, then weigh the residue. Thereby we can find out the suspended solids concentration in water or wastewater. And turbidity is nothing but the extent to which light is either absorbed or scattered by the suspended solids. There are few instruments available in the laboratory. They are turbidity rod, Jackson turbidity meter, nephelometer, and Baylis turbidity meter. Based on the instrument by which we are measuring the turbidity, the unit of measurement can be given, JTU or NTU. And the color, it is caused by the suspended and dissolved solids. And the color matching technique is normally used, that means the tintometer is normally used for determination of color, and the unit of measurement is true color unit, TCU. Taste and odor, the dissolved gases like hydrogen sulfide and methane, which are the end products of anaerobic digestion, and these are all responsible for the taste and odor in water. And some organic matter from dead or living organisms, phenols, cresols, ammonia. Ammonia is the indicator of fresh sewage. So these are all the reason for taste and odor. You can always have a bad odor during the anaerobic digestion or fresh sewage due to the ammonia. And the gas chromatography and odor somoscope, these are all the instruments used for the measurement of taste and odor. Threshold odor number, TON, is the unit of measurement. And temperature, as usual, it affects the chemical and biological reactions because the biological microorganisms may survive at a particular temperature. If the temperature varies, they cannot survive. So the reaction gets affected. And the simple thermometer is used for the measurement of the temperature. And next, these are all the chemical parameters. To start with, total dissolved solids, TDS. So the suspended solids are coming under the physical parameter category. Here, the total dissolved solids is coming under the chemical parameter. So any chemical, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, so any chemical you name it, it comes under the total dissolved solids. And alkalinity, pH, hardness, chloride, nitrogen, phosphorus, fluorides, and other metals, and some dissolved gases. So these are all the chemical parameters which we can uh, experience from the water or wastewater. So you can see now the sources and measurements. Total dissolved solids, as I said in the previous slide, it is nothing but the combination of all the chemicals present in the water: sodium, calcium, magnesium, bicarbonate, iron, potassium, carbonate, nitrate. So everything you can all comes under the total dissolved solids category. The suspended solids, here also drying and drying of filtered water and weigh the residue gives you the dissolved solids, and approximately we can measure the dissolved solids by multiplying the electrical conductivity into 0.65. Next is the alkalinity. It is the ability of water to neutralize acids. There are three types of alkalinities present in the water. One is hydroxyl alkalinity, carbonate alkalinity, and bicarbonate alkalinity. Titration method with an acid and is used for the determination of alkalinity normally. And pH meters and color indicators, that means the color papers are used for measurement of the pH, approximate methods. And hardness, there are two types of hardness, temporary and permanent. So it is the concentration of multivalent metallic cations. Presence of metallic cations gives you the hardness, and the EDTA titration method is normally used for the measurement of hardness. Next parameter is chloride. Chloride is normally identified in the natural mineral deposits, and by the agricultural runoff irrigation discharges contribute chloride to the water bodies. And Moore's method of titration with silver nitrate and potassium dichromate gives you the readings for chloride. It is the method name is argentometric method. And the nitrogen, the presence of organic matter gives you the nitrogen. There may be the following forms, three forms we can find in the water: ammonia, nitrate, and nitrite. Ammonia is the indicator for the fresh sewage mixture, fresh pollution. Nitrite is the intermediate product, and nitrate is the stable end product. And separate method of measurement is available for all these three uh, forms of nitrogens. And phosphorus, yes, as like chloride, phosphorus also coming from the agricultural runoff fertilizers, and fluorides are coming from the natural mineral deposits like chloride and phosphorus. It causes dental cavities and fluorosis. And some toxic and non-toxic metallic ions also may be present in the water: calcium, potassium, sodium, iron, manganese, zinc. These are all non-toxic, and some heavy metals like cadmium, chromium, lead, cyanide, and mercury. These are all some toxic metals that can be encountered in the water if some industrial wastewater is mixing with the water. And the dissolved gases like methane, hydrogen sulfide, these two are the end products of anaerobic digestion, and CO2. Then dissolved oxygen that is naturally present in the water. These are all some chemical parameters. And next we will move on to the biological parameters. What are the biological parameters? The microorganisms present in the water are called as biological parameters. Some pathogens are nothing but the microorganisms which are harmful for the living beings, and humans are called as pathogens. Bacteria, virus, protozoa, helminthes, these are all some examples of pathogens categories. And the measurement of coliforms is the indirect measurement for pathogens. The coliforms are the harmless organisms, but their presence indicates the presence of pathogens. So membrane filtration techniques, MPN, most probable number technique, and coliform index. These are all the some simple techniques used for the measurement of coliforms, and thereby we can indirectly measure the pathogens.